Wondering if your device supports the Mixed Reality Toolkit? Well, I have great news. The Mixed Reality Toolkit has cross-platform support. So what that means is that you're pretty flexible with regards to which device you could actually use. Now, beyond the HoloLens and the HoloLens 2, you can deploy projects that make use of the Mixed Reality Toolkit to a variety of devices, which include the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest, Android and iOS devices, as well as the Leap Motion by Ultraleap.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining this talk today. My name is Nick Cherukuri. I'm founder and CEO of Third Eye, and today wanted to go over some of the ways we're seeing the rapid adoption of AR and MR in telehealth. And we have a brief presentation as well as some videos, and feel free to ask any questions or contact us after, and we're happy to talk more about some of the ways we're involved in the healthcare space. So, as we know, over the past couple of years, unfortunately, the COVID-19 pandemic has changed a lot of things, including how we utilize technology. And one of the aspects we looked at in Third Eye is how can we use what we're doing in the augmented and mixed reality space to benefit first responders. And we saw XR advance in almost every industry during the pandemic. However, telehealth has seen a very rapid rise in its use and applications, with video chats and medical hotlines really going up during the past couple of years. So some background about who we are. Third Eye, we're one of the players in the AR, MR hardware and software space. So we not only make smart glasses hardware, we also make software. We have a lot of experience developing this type of technology for the US Department of Defense, mixed reality, augmented reality software, among many other technologies. We have a US-based team, and we currently are working with companies and people and organizations worldwide. So one of the technologies that we made are our smart glasses. So the X2 MR glasses are one of the smart glasses that we made. We also have other glasses aimed at the consumer market and other use cases. So this is a space where we developed our smart glasses, and we saw how can we use smart glasses to benefit healthcare providers via 5G solutions. For example, smart glasses can enable first responders to be hands-free while they interact directly with surrounding objects, all while displaying digital information as an overlay live in their field of view and connecting with a remote expert. So our smart glasses are ruggedized. They can be used indoors and outdoors, which is very critical for first responders, EMTs who are in ambulances or who are dealing with patients. They are Android based, so it is very easy to port applications over to our smart glasses. It is a standalone wearable headset, so there's no wired pack or anything that the user needs to carry around. This is something that is really very critical as well, because it makes them safer in the field and they're hands-free. And we have the brightness level to be used indoors and outdoors with good tracking. So what we've seen is that smart glasses paired with 5G can enable first responders to communicate directly with doctors and health providers, all while being remote. And by allowing doctors and EMS professionals to connect, patients can receive critical care faster, and this improves the patient's chance of survival. And we have some really good short videos that will help to illustrate this. So these are our smart glasses. We have different versions, different ruggedizations, and our software is cross-compatible, and it just shows some of the new hardware that's coming in market. So instead of the first responder looking down at their phone or laptop or booklet, now they're hands-free. So I'll show a short video right after this slide showing a Respondi platform. But we developed a custom telehealth platform for first responders. And this was developed in conjunction with the major hospital system and their first responder team. And we spent a lot of time developing the features exactly the way they wanted it to be developed. And what we found was by adding telehealth via smart glasses to the first responders, this provides an immersive augmented reality solution for emergency response situations and will help build safer communities and provide life-saving first aid. Because now first responders can be hands-free while getting whatever digital information they need displayed live in their field of view. And this will allow, for example, an EMT and an ambulance to stream their live field of view to a remote doctor, remote expert, and patients can receive critical care faster and improving a patient's chance of survival, especially in rural situations where the hospital may be far away. This is even more critical in those use cases. So we have a short video that will illustrate some of this. So I'll be talking through it while it goes over it. So this is our Respondi platform aimed at first responders. And it's augmented reality and it's mixed reality. So one of the big features that we have is we're also partnered with AT&T FirstNet. So this FirstNet partnership, FirstNet controls all the first responder spectrum nationwide for first responders. So this will enable lower latency, hands-free applications. So as you can see, someone wearing the smart glasses can get a remote heads-up display field of view. One big feature is that we're HIPAA certified. So HIPAA certification is really critical for anything that requires medical use cases. So we're able to display and transmit patient data from a hospital healthcare system directly to directly to the smart glasses. And this can be used by various first responders, EMTs, firefighters, and different use cases for AR. So this will increase situational awareness, better care in pre-hospital environments. So this is also very important because now the ER care can be brought live to the EMT because the ER doctor can see exactly what the first responder is seeing live in real time and get live feedback and patient care instructions. So this is very critical. And this is a video that shows, for example, from the smart glass field point of view, you're wearing the glasses and you see this doctor on your top right. And this doctor can be giving you live instructions while you're working with your hands. So think of this as like a Zoom or a Google Meet on steroids, because not only do you have the live video streaming, but you have this augmented reality annotations capability. So someone can be giving you live instructions if you're new to the field. And we're developing a lot of custom applications as well for the glasses. So our glasses, they're lightweight, hands-free, and they can be worn for pretty durable length, and we have a strong ecosystem of software partners, and they are affordable. So that's a short video that shows kind of high level what a Respondi use case does. And in addition, the smart glasses can be equipped with specific sensors to provide data to the wearer while remaining hands-free. For example, we have an application called Thermal Eye. So say you're a first responder and you need to get a temperature heat map, temperature reading of a patient or of a building to make you safer. So we developed a custom application, which we'll show a video for. And this is directly from feedback we got from first responders about how we could utilize, for example, a FLIR infrared thermal sensor connected to the smart glasses. So someone could be wearing the smart glasses and get a live thermal feed. And this also empowered paramedics to remain hands-free while focusing on critical tasks. So we'll show that right here. So this is a thermal eye use case, and this is done in conjunction with connecting a thermal sensor directly to the glasses. For example, you're wearing the glasses and you could be looking at any building, person, or anything, and you can get a live temperature reading of exactly what you're looking at. Then this can be applied at a distance of about 10 meters, so this enables first responders to also stand at a distance from where they are, and they can look behind doors at people. So this is also useful for firefighters when entering a heated situation. So this has many applications for first responders. It can be utilized in different heat map situations. You can have different color codes. You can have this connected to a building system, so you can bring up the building map directly on the glasses and tie the temperature directly to the heat map, directly to the building map. So this thermal sensing is another useful application that we developed in conjunction with first responders. And what we found over this past year of working in close coordination with the first responder team is this Respondi live telepresence platform. We made it cross-device compatible. And one big thing we've seen for the rapid adoption of AR and MR in telehealth is that this AR software should be cross-compatible, because while many users will prefer the smart glasses, typically what we found is that this is on a cross-platform software application. So some users will use it on ruggedized tablets, waterproof tablets, others will use it on phones, and others will use it on glasses. So making it cross-device compatible is very critical, and that's something that our technical team spent a lot of time developing. HIPAA certification is another certification we had to spend a couple months passing. So we have end-to-end encryption, and obviously anything healthcare related, it's very critical that it has HIPAA certifications. And teleconferencing calls between frontline paramedics and remotely located doctors, physicians, and nearby emergency departments. There's Respondi platform functionalities, include screenshot and on-device annotations, conference calls with multiple participants. For example, you can have multiple doctors and multiple EMTs live in a conference call. Controlling the glasses is very important, because one big thing to make these new technologies a successful deployment is making the UI user interface as simple and as easy to use as possible. And that's why we didn't include any wired pack or anything that someone has to carry around. We included various UI controls. For example, voice, you can control with voice controls, head motion, and gestures. You can initiate calls directly from emergency situations. So for example, we're doing a feature where someone dials 911, you'll connect directly to the Respondi platform. So imagine someone is in an emergency situation, and imagine if the first responder could see right when someone calls 911 exactly what's going on. What we found is that doctor usually participates in the ER doctors from their desktop computer in the hospital, while the paramedic EMTs are wearing the headsets or using the apps on their phones. All of this is saved and recorded for secure videos and sharing documents, and there's remote troubleshooting as well available. So this is all saved for training purposes and insurance purposes later. So thermal scans, which is the video we just showed, is another really useful feature for first responders, and it's a part of this telehealth technologies that will continue to accelerate over the next 5-10 years for AR MR. So the FLIR thermal sensor with the X2MR glasses, this allows people to obtain a live temperature reading and heat map of what they're looking at. You can alternate between Fahrenheit or Celsius or fever and meter modes, and you can even set alarms for dangerous thermal temperature levels. So if you want to just get someone highlighted if someone's above like 50 degrees, not 50, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then you can set that alert on the glasses. And this thermal scanning feature is primarily used to detect elevated body temperature, which is a key indicator of an individual having COVID. So this would help the first responder be safer in the field because they don't need to be as close directly next to the patient. They can be at a distance of 5 to 10 meters and still get an accurate temperature reading heat map. Another very cool application that we developed is unmanned aerial drones, UADs, for disaster management for first responders. So for example, this is mainly for firefighter use case, but by using the smart glasses, you can actually view the drone feed from the smart glasses, and this will increase the situational awareness of the drone pilot and also allow lesser junior first drone pilots to use the drones because flying the drone with the glasses is much easier. You can also have faster detection and analysis, and you can operate in more dangerous environments and under low visibility without risking further human involvement. So we have a short video, I believe, right here. We can illustrate for drone eye. So we call this drone eye, and this is another application for first responders. So you can pair it with pretty much any drone, but we paired it with the DJI drones as well as some first responder specific drones that are suited for very intensive use cases. So with quick deployment times, thermal imaging drones are utilized to scan for victims in disaster zones while simultaneously assessing damaged infrastructure. So we'll go up here, and this will show example use case of drone eye in action. So for example, you can control the drone with the glasses, and from the glasses point of view, you can actually see the drone feed. So say you're a first responder, you're dealing with a fire or a crumbling building or some emergency situation, you can view the drone feed from the glasses of any location, and maybe identify any potential survivors, image recognition, reference any live building information from the drone feed. And this also gives you situational awareness because now you can see your peripheral vision and not be just looking down at your phone. And you can also have image recognition. So this is an example of another sensor device we connected to the glasses. And the beauty of being Android based is we can control a lot of different products to the glasses and use it as a secondary streaming device. So this is something that we're seeing more and more interest from the first responder space overall, even post-COVID. So going back to the presentation, one other big aspect for the rapid adoption of AR and MR in telehealth is utilizing 5G. So 5G has accelerated the telehealth industry, and it's connecting more frontline workers and allowing them to provide more specialized care from the moment they arrive on the scene. For this reason, we're seeing more augmented reality platforms tailored to specific niches. And this is something where we partner with AT&T FirstNet, so we can bundle the FirstNet network with our glasses. So this is something where first responders need ultra low latency video streaming, where they don't have any issues with calls. And for first responders, that's very important. Being able to utilize the spectrum is incredibly important for what we're doing. We worked in close collaboration with Crozier Hospital System to develop this. So this hospital gave us a lot of feedback for their EMTs for how to develop Respondi, and we have seen definitely some success with them for their EMT units for Respondi. Another big part is managing the deployment so the security end-to-end encryption. Obviously, you don't want patient data or anything being lost during any calls. So we have our mobile device management platform, which enables all devices to be tracked and to be used fine, and end-to-end encryption, so no information is lost. So for example, if a hospital chain or EMT group deploys maybe 50 glasses and 50 tablets, they can control it so all the information is saved. There's geolocation of all the devices, and no information is lost, which is critical for this Respondi use case, especially in the healthcare space. So we're seeing a lot of good momentum in here. We're continuing to work in the first responder space, and we're planning on integrating 5G directly into the glasses as well to enable even more ease of use for augmented reality. So we developed a Respondi platform. This is kind of our website, and we're trying to make it easy enough so anyone can go and sign up and try out. Feel free to reach out if you want to partner with us, distribute, or just learn more about how telehealth is being used in the AR space. But we have different smart glasses that are enabled with this. It also works on your iOS phones, tablets, laptops, web interface. So you can have live video interfacing, improve patient outcomes, allocate resources more efficiently. One big thing for hospitals, especially ones that are struggling with revenue generation, which is a big thing with COVID, a lot of hospitals are overburdened. This platform will enable healthcare providers to increase their revenue because now ambulances can come back faster and also bring more critical ER patients. And also you can tie this in with insurance systems. So you can bill these telehealth visits with insurance. So we're seeing that this has huge revenue potential for using augmented reality. And that's another portion. Obviously, it's not as important as making first responders more efficient and safer in the field, but it is something that hospitals who have looking for ways to utilize technology to drive more revenue, this is something that is helping them do that. Respondi is in support of HIPAA compliance, so it's secure healthcare data, protects patient information, confidential patient privacy. And we're looking to expand telehealth more than COVID. So COVID, the crisis, really highlighted the need of a platform like this to benefit first responders. But now we're scaling this Respondi platform and integrating it even for B2C use cases directly to the consumer and many other use cases. So this is something we have a lot of information on here. And this is where we can feel free to come and request a demo, do a lot of questions, answers. We're working with now first responders and telehealth organizations worldwide, not just even domestically. We're seeing interest for this type of application worldwide. And I think going to the future, telehealth will just keep growing, especially as people will keep being somewhat remote. And the use cases for augmented and mixed reality will continue to increase with 5G connectivity. And one day with consumer glasses, when they come out, we will see the expansion of telehealth use in everyday life beyond even the COVID-19 pandemic. So this is something we're very excited and proud to have taken part in because helping first responders out they're some of the bravest people during this COVID crisis, and we wanted to see how we could utilize tech to benefit them. And now we are seeing increased use case, increased benefits, a lot of good feedback, and we're looking to just keep driving the adoption of AR and MR and telehealth worldwide. So I think that's kind of an overview of what we've been doing, and that should give a high-level overview of how AR and MR is being adopted in telehealth. I mean, this is forecasted, just the telehealth market is forecasted to be over a $200 billion market by 2025. So it has huge potential. There's a lot of good software players we're partnered with. So we partner, if you're a software company, we're happy to partner with you and do joint marketing and things like that. And we're continuing to push AR and MR into telehealth space. So feel free to reach out with any questions or just any general inquiries, and we're happy to do that. And we have a lot of instructional videos that illustrate this as well. So yeah, with that, I think that's a good high-level overview of some of the work we've been doing in this space. We have a lot of material patents in this field as well that back up some of the tech we're doing. So with that, if you have any questions, happy to answer any of them. Thank you.